All right, all right. Welcome everybody back to another episode of Hot Seat Automotive Podcast. Are you kidding me? I got a guest. I don't just have a guest, I have the guest. We got Prep from Streetcars 101 magazine. Listen, look at him. He's laughing. Welcome, Prep. What's up?
What's good? What's good, man?
Oh man, listen. I wanted to get you on here. You're the busiest man I think in the county. You always got something going on. First things first, we got a bit of ground to cover. What's new with Streetcars 101? Fill us in.
So, man, we've been transitioning now to the new concept of the magazine run. I ditched the traditional way of how they run a magazine, and I made it now where the magazine is more personal, and it comes out weekly now instead of monthly, and it has been on a run. We have a lot of contracts and everything, working with Walmart, working with Amazon, working with Barnes and Noble. Right now I'm just trying to see what the bigger magazines do. I've been working with them a lot. So, I've been learning how the industry work, and to be honest, man, they've been kind of opening doors for me. Like, they've been showing me some stuff. So the magazine has been growing quickly. I have been getting slammed by massive amount of submissions at once, to where I've been crashing forums, crashing all types of stuff. But, the beauty of it all, man, is the people that are featured in the magazine are actually happy right now. There's no more battling for the covers, battling for who gets the biggest spread or anything. Now the whole magazine is adjusted now to one individual or one car club or one group, and it has been going great, man. And then everything else, just all the relationships, has just been opening up doors too. So it's been beautiful.
Congratulations. That's fantastic. I love to hear that. I'm so excited. For those that don't know, Randall, give us the basics. What is Streetcars 101 magazine? What's the history? Because it's got a hell of a story with you as the chief entrepreneur and car guy behind it. And then, where can people find it? Go ahead.
Well, the funny thing is, Streetcars 101 magazine's 4th year anniversary is tomorrow.
Wow.
Tomorrow.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'll be 38 and the magazine will be 4.
I got socks that are 38 years old. Woo!
Hey, as long as they ain't got holes in them, they work. That's how I look at it. But the magazine was actually created through my other business, Auto Plaza Deals, man, and it was honestly just to market Auto Plaza Deals and to really give a lot of my friends that I knew that was like buying parts and everything from my other business. It was just to give them an outlet that, hey, man, let me showcase your car. I know you do a lot of photo shoots and stuff. Let me take your car, put you in a newsletter. And now we're like a full-blown magazine now. Pretty much, it used to be to where I only featured car enthusiasts, like cars. Now it's damn near anything on wheels. Like, I don't care no more. Like, I may be involving race tractors now into the magazine in the next couple weeks. Even though it's called the Streetcars 101, I've technically taken that name and said, you know what, I can make anything a streetcar. And that's exactly what I do. And if anything, I just want to give the shine, give the exposure to the photographers, give the exposure to people in the car scene. And more importantly, it's just the way I look at this magazine is we open the doors for people to be featured in magazines. It's that spark. To me, I always felt like in my lifetime, especially like CJ, you're a good example. I met you 5 years ago. 5 years ago, right? 5 years? Yeah. When I met you 5 years ago, you lit the spark in me. And I've always believed in life, I've always heard, do upon others what somebody has done for you. And I've always been blessed to meet people that lit sparks for me. So I use the magazine to light a spark in people. Like, hey, I'm going to feature in the magazine, and then I'm going to light the spark in you to understand, like, yo, if you want to get in other magazines, this is what you have to do. This is what it takes. Now, you're going to have to do a lot more with them, but I'll show you how to do it. You're now in the published family, so now you can grow your following, network with people, really actually enjoy the car scene outside of just going to normal car meets. Like, yo, hit the car shows. go to tractor pulls, go to off-roading events, like really get to learn what it is that's in this automotive industry, because it is huge and it is beyond anything that the mind can actually see or think. So that's pretty much what it is.
Listen, you just gave me goosebumps, and I appreciate you saying that. I'm glad we met, and I'm glad we're friends. You know, guys, if you haven't checked it out, Streetcars Magazine 101, Streetcars 101 Magazine. I want to get it right. I'm a little slow today. What is it? What am I saying wrong?
Streetcars 101.
That's what I thought. I got a copy around here someplace. But guys, listen, this is real. Like, if you are a car guy or a car girl, you need to check it out. Check him out online. He's got hard copies. Listen, get your nose in a magazine. Some of you young cats, you guys read anything anymore? You know? Listen,
hey, the weird part is we're really bigger in print than we are in digital. Like,
isn't that crazy? That blows my mind, because you and I have talked about this before. Like, growing up in the 80s, how the hell did I get this old? But growing up in the 80s, all we did was look at car magazines. There wasn't no internet. My perception is that nobody reads magazines anymore. But you're blowing my mind, because you're telling me you're selling the hell out of that magazine.
Yeah. Yeah, I sell around about 60 to 70 copies per week now. So, and this is just now, we just switched to this new, probably March. It's been in the planning actually since September of 2022. I did it with Flavors of the Month magazine, another concept magazine that I was working with. And then I have another magazine called Status Elite that never really got jumping off the ground. But I knew I was going to be switching to this style. I just didn't know how, and I didn't know if it was possible. And then actually, come to think about it, SEMA of last year opened my eyes to say that, you know what, I have no choice but to take this route. You know, every magazine is different. You know, to me, the beauty of a magazine is making it yours, or anything with content or being media wise is making it where it's yours. It's making it where it stands for something that it feels perfect for you. So with this transition, it's been great, man. You know, my goal is to, as I always say, my goal is to make a person famous. That is my goal. You know, if I can give you a spotlight for at least a week, light that spark in you, I've done my job. And that's always how I look at it. But yeah, man, print is all.
I love that. And, you know, as car guys and car girls and enthusiasts, you just said something. I think it's been the secret of your success. We all, you know, you can see a car guy light up, or a car girl when you talk about their car.
Yeah.
Just everything changes. And to put them in the spotlight, listen, what's the old saying? I'm not much, but I'm all I think about. You know, listen, as an enthusiast, it feels really good. We invest so much time and energy in this hobby, and to be spotlighted in something like Streetcars 101 in print, that's a special moment for a car guy.
I mean, it's a special moment for me too, man, just because there's, again, man, there's been so many people in my life, from when I was in the music industry, from when I started my wacky businesses back then in high school and everything. It's always been somebody that lit a spark in me. They gave me a chance, and it's like, well, let me make sure I do the same, because at the end of the day, I always say, as media, our job is to make people famous. That's what media is. You know, it's not anything else. You know, people try to say it's about me. No, when you take the role of media, it's about everything outside of you. You know.
Interesting perspective.
So
interesting perspective. So let me shift gears here for a moment. Speaking of shifting gears, so a couple of weeks ago, let me tell you something, guys. I was out in Rockingham, and I got run up on. Prep, don't you ever run up on me like that. Nah, I'm kidding. We had it all planned out. I met my buddy Prep. I hadn't seen him in a minute, and I was checking out the Bigfoot. They had a Bigfoot in Rockingham. I'm a child of the 80s. I was staring at this thing. All of a sudden, who comes run? I see the big smile, gives me a big hug. My buddy Prep. Prep, it was great seeing you at Rockingham. What did you think about that event?
Man, you know, I've actually now been, I have a lot of history with Rockingham. I actually go all the way back to 94, 94 or 95 or 96, my mom took me to to my first big drag racing event there.
No
And
kidding.
yeah,
Wow.
so I have history with that track. And then to see what that track has became in the last year, dude, it is a breath of fresh air. That was actually my first drag race event of the year. So it's like when I walked out there, it's just the smell of burning rubber and nitrous and everything. It's just the most beautiful moment. It's like I'm free from everything that's been going on for the week, man. And then I get to see you out there. I get to see Tamsin out there with Speedology Lifestyle Solutions.
Heck
Uh,
yeah.
I get to see a lot of the track crew and everything with Rockingham. You get to see the racers. You get to see everybody. Big shots out to John out there, John Simple. He's the one that actually made the cover of the magazine with Tigger. And man, it's just I love drag racing, man. Like I'm getting into NASCAR. I'm getting into every other type of racing, but my home is drag racing. You
You
know.
know, that's an interesting story. And I guess one of the things that surprises me that you just said is that you've actually seen growth out there. You know, it's my
Massively.
perception that over the generations we've lost something. Like, you know, it doesn't seem like there's as many followers in the hobby prep, but expand on that. You're saying that that was one of the bigger events you've seen at Rockingham.
Well, it's in the last year when they had the American Drag, let me sure I say that right. American Drag Racing League last year. That track has been growing and they've been having big events at that track for probably since the beginning of last year to now. And they're still going to have big events just because that track has so much history. It is a beautiful track. It's spaced out. It is in Rockingham, which is about 2.5 hours for me. But if you drive like me, it can go in an hour and 30 minutes.
You better chill. You better
Hey,
chill.
once you get past Marksville, you good. Like,
Yeah.
but it's to me, to reflect on what you said. I think now what people are starting to realize is in the last 5 years, everything has been online, 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 social media. Everybody's filming, everybody's taking pictures. I think now what's going on is people are now starting to get back out to the world. They're starting to go to the events. They're starting to go to the shows. We're past that 2020 phase. So I think
Thank
now
God.
people are starting to want to go back out, and man, they know that our tracks are being taken away, not just, not in the Carolinas, but across the world. And it's like, man, you better enjoy this track while you got the chance. So you don't know what neighborhood they're trying to build right next to it.
Mm.
Take advantage of it.
I think you're right. And what a great diverse crowd. No doubt, it was great seeing Tamsin. You know, who else was out there? Your buddy Stone was there. Sam was there. Just the whole
Will was
crew. I saw
there.
a bunch of other people. Go ahead.
Yeah, Will was out there.
I saw Will. That's right. We saw Will out there. My question for you, well, listen, a couple things. Well, it was good to see. I think it was Mustang Day. There was just great diversity. You had everything out there. You had everything. But I want to pivot for a moment, and I'm excited like you about the season. But we got an announcement. Like,
Yes, we do.
we're going to SEMA. Thanks to you and your connections, I am so excited. I'm finna fall out of my chair. Somebody got to pick me up. We going to SEMA. This is my first time at SEMA. I'm a Las Vegas guy. As you know, I'll be raising hell in Las Vegas. But this is my first time at SEMA. Prep, thank you so much, number one. Number two, what can we expect at SEMA this year?
Well, I'm going to tell you what you need to expect. You need to go to Walmart and you need to get you some foot soles and you need to be ready to walk because you're going to be doing a lot of interviews, walking, pictures. I can go ahead and tell you now, your first day getting there, I'm going to let you, what I always do the first time I take somebody, I tell them the first day, I want you to just walk around and I just want you to absorb the moment because if you don't, you're going to get carried away because it is so much. Like it is unstoppable, especially when you find out that one building could be the size of a whole Rockingham just in one building. And that's just one building. You got 5 more buildings. You got 3 different areas outside going on with a whole bunch of stuff. And then you have all the meetings and everything. So First and foremost, man, I'm happy for you to come out there, man. I know you're gonna love it. We got a couple other things we're gonna be doing out in Vegas. I like to go out and hang with a lot of the brands and products in Vegas. You know, they have a lot of stuff going on, so I love to go out, support at their after parties and etc. But dude, oh buddy.
I'm excited. Now listen, I got to address something you just said. First of all, never sleep on my on clouds. When I put them on clouds on, I can put in mileage. You don't know. Listen, them old boys talking about New Balance. You keep them old codgers, keep them New Balance. I got the on clouds. I'll be walking.
Man, you better get the AM1s. That's what you better get. I got the AM1s, $20. Like,
oh Lord. Oh Lord. All right. So we got to pivot again because I know you're busy. I'm busy as well, but I got to put you on the hot seat, and you're not even ready for this. We don't prep. Randall and I don't rehearse none of this. We talk. That's what we do. Okay, every car guy's got his eye on a car all the time.
always.
And you and I talk about this. Give us the brain dump. What you got your eyes on right now? Anything new and exciting coming out in 2024, 25
Well,
that you're looking for? Go ahead.
well, I had to kind of take my mind off of it because I'm working on a big deal right now that I'm trying to work out with something. I'm not going to speak ahead of it because it's in the making right now. I've gotten past the first two stages of it, of approval, but the third one is the one I'm waiting on. And if I get it, I'm going to have to pause the car. But the Lotus has always grabbed. I'm telling you,
Right.
that Lotus is just, I got to finally see it in person. I think it was Corey's. I got to see Corey's Lotus.
Right.
And I was just looking at it. I was like, man, it's sexy. But, you know, right now, I don't know, man. I'm kind of waiting. I'm not getting anything. All right, I'm completely off of EV. I can go ahead and tell you that now. I am
I know
off EV.
you had a Tesla thing for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. My mind completely just.
The man was going from a ZL1, the ultimate Camaro of all time ever. CJ, I'm looking at a Tesla Model 3. I said, who are you?
Hey,
Oh, Lord.
but I told Steve that. Steve was like, he was so quiet. He's like, really? I was like, man,
That's
it's the
hysterical.
horsepower.
But, you know, you come back to the Lotus. Yeah, what is it? The Amira is the
Yeah,
Amira is the
the
new
Amira.
one, right? But the Evora is the bargain. I mean,
It
what do you
is.
think?
It is the bargain, but I want that manual. I want the see-through manual with the engine
That
in
is
the
cool.
I think that is by far the coolest thing. It doesn't have all the most horsepower in it, but
No.
I will say this. I am happy to see, you know, can I say this out loud? I am happy to see that you got your Z06.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
that is a
You got to
masterpiece.
drive it.
Man,
You got to drive it.
look, I think
Maybe
that's
next
a
week.
masterpiece. That's
Maybe
the
next weekend we'll get up. It is a badass car, man. Thank you. I enjoy it. I want to see what you think about the Z06 compared to your ZL1.
Well, I know the handling is a lot different. So so I had the 1LE track package. So my car was rough.
Right.
It was completely rough. It is, I mean, it can turn its ass off. Like, it was a beautiful car to track. I love tracking that car. But to me, that Z06 is just, it is the perfect balance of comfort and power. You know, now I've been looking at the what is it called? The is it not the E muscle? I'm thinking about the
E-Ray?
say it again.
E-Ray?
The E-Ray. I have, dude, an all-wheel drive Corvette.
It's crazy.
Wait, what?
I haven't seen one in person yet. I met some boomer at a car show a couple of weeks ago, and he was telling me, "Yo, I got an E-Ray coming," but I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, to me, I think that's the sweet spot one because you get the full control of that car, and you get you get somewhat the same power. I'm interested to see what that 60 is like in that. But honestly, man, you know, the car that I've been looking at right now, that's kind of, I don't even know why. I've been looking at Bentleys, man.
Listen,
Like,
when did you become? When did you become all bougie? Who is this, Mark Cuban?
Dude, I
Running
used
that
to love
Bentley.
these cars back with Smart Money magazine and the Raw Report. I used to read about that car so much. I was just like, man, one day when I get in the rap industry, I'm getting a Bentley. That's the first thing I'm getting. But
It's funny that you say that. It's funny that you say it because when I think of Bentleys, I think of I think like a rich country club dude with his golf clubs in the back, and he's driving along some gray hair. But then I also think of like an NFL player or a rap star.
Look, I got the whole little golf setup there. They call me Prep. Come on, Dad. You know I got the setup.
Okay.
But dude, I mean, 500. You get the one I was looking at was 500 horsepower. Like the GT Coupe can give you about 600 almost. They're close to 600 horsepower. And I mean, they're actually kind of, I ain't gonna say they're under what I don't know. Back in the day, I used to think they were super expensive. Now they're just like, they're around like the 100, 200,000. It seemed like back in the day, they used to be like 400 or 500,000, didn't it?
Well, they depreciate. That's the thing. They depreciate a lot. And, you know, you got to worry about that, the maintenance, but the interiors to me are what get me on the Bentleys. They're just so beautiful. Like, it's just so plush. I've never driven one.
I've seen the inside of a couple older models, and even the older models. I mean, minus you having the updated, you know, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi in the car and all that stuff. They're beautiful cars in the interior, and I'm the same way, man. I love the interior, but when I started finding out they got this type of power to it, I was like, yo, wait a minute. I didn't even realize this. I think the price tag kind of, and knowing, you know, they're luxury. So I guess most people didn't think that they was producing horsepower in it. But to me, pulling up in a Bentley, man, that'd be completely different from the Ferraris, the McLarens, and etc. But I don't know, man. I'm just all over the place with cars. Like right now, I said if I could, I'm gonna buy one of every car. I want to be like Tim Allen or Jay Leno, man. Just have a garage of every car, and I just drive one every day throughout the year. Just
well, there's that. Listen, I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like some of these super rich guys with their massive collections, it's almost like hoarding. To me, I want one of everything, but I don't need one of everything all the time. Like, how many can you drive at once? Like, I don't know. I like rotating through. Like, I'm not loyal to any one brand. I don't know. Like, I was just thinking about, like, I've never owned an M3 or an M4. At some point, I want to own one.
BMW's nice, man. They're nice.
Absolutely. And they got that whole performance thing. Plus, they're practical. I don't know. I like kind of rotating through. A Bentley? I don't know. I don't know if I could pull off the Bentley. You know, I got to get like a pimp outfit or something to drive that Bentley.
Hey, look, we can go right now. We can go to Monroe and go to Urban Fitteds right now. I can get you the pimp outfit all day, like $200.
They're gonna laugh. They're gonna laugh me right out of that joint.
No,
they're gonna ban me.
They're gonna sell it right to you in the store. They're gonna be like, "Hey, we'll walk you right out to your car."
But all right. Well, listen, man. It's good catching up with you. I know you're short on time. Anything else? Give us a reminder, Prep. Where can we find you?
So you can always go to streetcars101.com. My schedule right now, I used to post my schedule up of all the events that I would be going to on the weekend. I actually paused it because right now I'm just kind of trying to get other stuff lined up. And so I'm hitting events. I know this weekend I'm going to be in Georgia at Streetcar Bragging Rights down in Carolina Dragway. And then I'm going to try to shoot back and come to Still Runs in Albemarle. Them two events is going to be huge. Dude, you out there, if you get the chance to, man, you have to go to Still Run in Albemarle. It's a dope event.
What is that? Is that just the show? What is that?
No, it's so big shots out to Sarah with pinups and pumps. And what she does is it's pinup and pump models, yes. But she has brought out all the low riders, the classic cars, new school, old school. And they shut down downtown Albemarle and throw like one of the biggest events, dude. It'd be huge.
That's Saturday?
Yeah. Saturday.
All right, I got to check that out. I got to check
I'll
that. I got
send
some
you the invite to it. I might be late because I'm trying to see how long I'm gonna be in Georgia. Me and Stone are rolling out there.
Prep, you're never late. That's very unusual.
I know, right? Like this time I say, wow, I don't know. But
Well, listen, awesome stuff, Prep. Thanks for coming on. I'm glad we got to catch up. More to come from Streetcars. Listen, and Prep, we're going to see each other a lot this year. So excited for SEMA. Guys, check him out. Check out the magazine. Get at him on Instagram, all the socials. Get you a copy of that magazine. And if you're a real gearhead, you're going to enjoy it. Randall, listen, when I call him Randall, he says he thinks he's in trouble. But no, he goes by Prep. Prep, always good seeing you. Thanks for coming on.
Always
Looking
good
forward to
seeing you,
hopefully
man.
seeing you next week.
Yes, sir. Y'all be good, y'all.
All right. See you guys in the next one.
Right.
Peace.
Real quick. I gotta
All
say,
right.
hey, so where are you getting another porch?
Porcha. Listen, what Prep is referring to is all these haters. Are there haters in the automotive community? Yeah. Listen, I grew up working class. I say Porsche. I don't care. Listen, these other guys, they iron their jeans. They got their Porsche shirt all tucked in. Little nerds. Oh, it's Porsche. No, it's Porsche for you. Listen, I used to joke around with my son because he used to make fun of me. We always having fun. I said, listen, if I'm paying for the car, I'll call it what the hell I want to call it. Woo! Gotta have fun.
Man, I love you, man. You have a good day. I had to get you with that.
I know. It's the story of my life. Listen, take care, everybody. Check out Prep, Streetcars 101 magazine. Are you kidding me? See you on the next one. Peace.
Y'all know what it is.